guys, Casual Cutter here with my very first video knife review. This review, if you haven't figured it out already, is going to be done on the all-new GiantMouse Knives Ace Iona. This knife dropped last week on Thursday. I made sure to hop online and order one up as quickly as possible for review. And let's get into it. This is the first review again for me, video review on a knife. I usually publish my written reviews on my Facebook page for those of you that like to read, but YouTube is the big forum right now. And it's great for you guys to be able to not only get a review, but also see live action what we're talking about. So to start off, when GiantMouse announced that it would be releasing this knife in their Ace line with M390 steel for under $100, I was pretty excited. I made sure I scooped one up the day of release as soon as it was dropped, and just wanted to get my hands on it and actually see what it was all about. Some of you might know that renowned designers Jens Anzo and Jesper Voxnaes have full reign over every aspect of GiantMouse Knives, from design to final production, and to include materials that are used. And M390 blade steel, under $100, right there, thanks to those two guys. So, you know, M390 is probably the most praised choice for premium steel these days. It's known for its toughness, its edge retention, you know, all around probably the most well-blended premium steel that people are using and people are after right now. So you get it in this knife, and you get it for that value. Like I said, I've carried this knife every day, all day, for the past 5 days, and used it for, you know, just the usual cutting tasks. Nothing crazy, but the things that I come across that I need a blade for every single day. Opening boxes, mail, slicing through packing material, so on and so forth, cutting open bags. Didn't get a chance to abuse the thing, but I've used it how I would use a knife every day for almost a week. As far as overall materials, again, you have M390 steel on the blade. You have FRN handle scales, fiberglass reinforced nylon, and they're done up in that Anzo signature pattern style texturing. Really comfortable in the hand. They're not nearly as aggressive as they might look. Give you a good grip. The handle itself is ergonomic, and that's important, especially in a small knife. This knife isn't big by any means. It's right in line with a lot of the other GiantMouse offerings, but for size comparison, let's grab another couple small knives here. Got a Kershaw Leek. All right, and the Leek is about the same length, pretty much. Ontario Rat number 2, pretty much identical. I mean, almost the same exact size. So this is the size range you're going to find. Good small EDC size, not going to take up room in the pocket. Lightweight, so good to go there. So M390 blade steel, FRN handles. You have liner lock. You can see the lockup on mine. It's nice and early, at around 25%. No lock stick whatsoever. One big thing that I've seen over the past week since this knife has been out is a lot of people are complaining about disengaging the lock bar. Now, when I first got the knife, I'll admit, I felt what they were talking about. The jimping on the lock bar is a little on the sharp side depending on where you catch it. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to just take the tip of my thumb, jam it in there, and close the knife. If you do that, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, especially at first. But what I found is if I just use my thumbnail or the pad of my thumb, that issue goes away completely. Not a problem at all, not uncomfortable to close. I can close it all day long now with either method. So if you get this knife in hand and you open it up and you immediately feel like you're not into the way that the lock bar functions, give it some time. Play around with it, use it for a couple of days, and you'll find that it just, once you get it to where the knife likes to be closed, it's not a problem at all. I'm going to go into a lot greater detail probably in my written review that'll be done later tonight. But let's see what other points we need to touch. Oh, pocket clip. Wire pocket clip. Very similar to the pocket clip on the Ace Biblio, but this one has a little bit taller of a profile. I don't have my Biblio with me right now, but the clip has really good spring tension. Because of this profile here, it's super easy to get in the pocket one-handed, whether I was wearing jeans or cargo pants. Didn't have a problem sticking this thing right in the pocket, being able to pull it out as well. So that's great. The only thing I can say about this clip is that because it's taller in profile here, once it's in your pants, it can still be a little snag happy and get caught on things depending on what you're doing, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, if you carry a knife every day like I do, you're just used to having a pocket clip. So when you're walking through doorways or tight spaces, you know, you're just in a mindset where you have to be a little bit careful to not snag your clip. So really, I mean, that's the only thing I found to be a potential issue with the pocket clip. What I like about the clip a lot, and about wire clips in general, is that for some reason to me they seem a lot less obtrusive, I guess, when you're out in public and you have the knife on you. It just blends in with your clothing a lot better than, let's say, a ZT pocket clip or a billboard style pocket clip like that. So good to go there. Thumb studs, ambidextrous. Pocket clip, ambidextrous. Can be carried left or right hand, tip up only. Not a big deal. Something that's pretty awesome to note about these thumb studs, though, is that they're removable, and GiantMouse supplies you with the wrench to remove the thumb studs. And that same wrench fits all the hardware on the knife, I believe. There are countries out there that don't allow both a locking blade and a blade that can be deployed one-handed. So to cater to those buyers, I thought it was pretty cool that GiantMouse gave the option to remove the studs. Can't make the knife non-locking, at least you shouldn't. So at least you can take the studs off. So I thought that was awesome too. My overall consensus on the knife, what surprised me the most about it, and what I don't like about it. Let's start with what surprised me the most, and that was the action. For a light little knife that rides on bronze washers, this thing deploys forcefully. I mean, it's snappy, it's fun to play with. All you need is a gentle push up on this thumb stud, and it flies open. So the action on this thing is great. Fun to use every day, fun to just sit there and flip like we all do. We all flip our knives for no reason at all. So yeah, the action on this thing is incredible. At this price point with this blade steel, I'd say that in of itself makes it a winner. I can't really find anything I don't like about this knife. You know, like I said, the profile of the clip, you know, it could snag, but is that a deal breaker? Not at all. I mean, I have a dozen other knives that do the same thing. So scratch that. It's not even really a negative. It's more of just a nitpicking. The knife works. It works well. It carries well. It's super fun to play with, and it looks good. I mean, there's not much more you can ask for, especially for under $100 with M390 steel. These are manufactured in Italy, designed by Jens and Jesper, and available through GiantMouse.com or Blade HQ. And you can get handle scales, which are available in either navy blue or the olive drab that you see here. I apologize for my terrible natural lighting. Again, I'm new to YouTube, so bear with me, and over time, hopefully the production budget will go up, and with it the quality of video. Blade finish is available in this, which is the tumbled finish, kind of like a really fine stone wash with my fingerprints all over it. And the other blade finish option is satin. Just wipe it off so you can get a better look at it. There we go. So that's the tumbled finish. Got your GiantMouse logo with the Ace and the blade steel there. As far as I know, the hardware is all the same. You know, doesn't matter which color or finish you get. The hardware is going to be the same kind of brushed finish. But yeah, options and tremendous value out of this knife right here. Centering is good if that's something you're concerned with. I mean, mine's pretty much dead center, as close as I could ever hope it would be. God, look at that deployment though. I mean, I brought this to New York Custom Knife Show yesterday, on Saturday, and this is the only knife I carried, and I found myself just the whole 3-hour drive up just flipping it, playing with it. I mean, it's a fun little thing. I ran into 4 or 5 people that had these with them at the show as well, so it's popular. I think 3 out of the 4 versions are sold out already on the GiantMouse website. They might still be available on Blade HQ. I haven't checked, but as far as I know, and I talked to the GiantMouse team, that they're rushing to get a second batch going, because this is a knife under the Ace line that's going to stick around. So just because they're selling out quickly doesn't mean you won't be able to grab one a little bit down the road. So if you're interested in this knife, and if you're on the fence at all, if you have any other questions or concerns, you can comment, post in the comments below. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at The Casual Cutter. Shoot me a private message, find one of my pictures, leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer any questions or give my opinion or thoughts on anything. But I have to confidently say that this is a winner in terms of the type of knife that it is. If you're looking for this size, this blade shape with these features, you know, thumb stud, right hand or left hand, tip up carry, you can't really go wrong. And the best part about it is, I mean, if you get this knife in and you carry it for a few days and you absolutely decide that it's just not for you, because that happens. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to everybody that is a knife nut. You're probably not going to have a hard time selling it, because, like I said, 3 out of the 4 versions are already sold out on GiantMouse.com. So if it's not for you, it's going to be for somebody, and you're probably not going to lose a ton on resale this early in the game. So, I guess that concludes my video review. Like I said, follow my Facebook blog. It's at The Casual Cutter on Facebook. There's going to be a more detailed written review, just because as of this point in time, that's what I'm better at. So you can find it there. And like I said, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. That's my job. Look at that action. Wow, it's good. Really cool knife, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit me up anytime. Catch you on the next one.